أعوذ من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي قال الله تعالى في كتابه العزيز قال يوسف أبيه يا أبت إني رأيت أن أشرك كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم للساجدين صدق الله العظيم. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you here. I'm very glad and I'm very honored to be here today with all of you. And I would like to say, I would like to give my appreciations to the committee, to the organizers, because you are willing to invite me as your keynote speaker for these keynote sessions. So I hope you enjoy here, and I hope that you are ready with your papers, your your presentations, which will be held after this. And I hope that you also are happy and also have been treated like very honored, and you have belong to happiness, and you enjoy that we can share our knowledge and we can share our expertise. And I hope so that these sessions will give us more knowledge or new knowledge for some of us. And also I would like to give you the warm welcome to the 6th World Conference on Future of Education, Wcfeducation, which is held 19 to 21st May 2023 in Milan, Italy. So I hope one day I will be there in Milan, Italy, because what I've heard about from my friends and through my research in Google, I found that the Milan is the one of the best place to the tourists, which we can explore more about the beautiful of Italy, which is besides Rome, we have Milan to explore. So I hope that one day I will be there, because this conference we are conducting virtual. So I'm happy, but I will more happy if I also can travel there, and I can be there and can feel the environment of Milan itself. Okay, so today I would like to share my research about special educations, which is we concentrate more on the educational leaderships, but we've gone through to special educations scenes, because I am the lecturer of special education here in Faculty of Educations, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM, or in English with known as the National University of Malaysia. Okay, so for your information, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, or the National University of Malaysia, we are the earlier universities that have in Malaysia, and we are the third university here in Malaysia, third best university, which is we offer various programs. We have education, we have health, science, we have business, we have religions, architecture, electrics and electronics, and so on. So UKM, the short form for University Kebangsaan Malaysia, or the National University of Malaysia, UKM, we are the top three best universities in Malaysia. So we also rank 126 in the world in QS World Ranking, and we hope that we can increase our ranking this year, and we hope that we can be the top 100 university in the world. So the way to that is we start with the networking. We start with the conference that we can share when we know each other. So my university, we can establish more, and also myself and my expertise. Okay, so today I would like to share my research with you. Like I said before, uh, I my expertise is on special educations, which is focusing on a special. We are focusing on uh, blind education, so blind people, the education for the blind students. So first of all, before I go through my research, I would like to apologize to the organizers and also the all of you here, because I have to record this keynote session, my keynote session, because I have some emergency cases that I have to handle after this. So I think that I can't be at 8:30 a.m. in our conference, 2:30 p.m. here in Malaysia. So I take the initiative to record the sessions, and with this recording, I will ask the organizer to share with you later. But don't worry, if you have any questions, any doubt about my research or my experts or my or about special education itself, you can go through to the organizers, and also you can direct email me to Norazmi at ukm.edu.my. I will share you here. Yeah. So you can email here Norazmi at ukm.edu.my. Okay, so I will love to answer your questions. I would love to handle your doubt about my research or about education, special education itself in Malaysia. So you can directly email me on this email, norazmi@ukm.edu.my. Okay, so now for this session, we will share about my research according to jewel and glass in special education leaderships. Jewel and glass mean I'm symbolic. The symbolic of jewels is the good things, and glass is the bad thing in special education leaderships. So we are now here in 6th World Conference of Future Educations, and I hope that this jewel and glass special education leaderships who will take over the special education leadership in schools of education organizers or organizationals. So you can in future they can implement this finding for the best leadership that can they practicing in their organizations. So again, this is me, Dr. Muhammad Norazmi bin Nordin, Special Education Lecturer in Faculty of Education, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, here in Malaysia. So I'll welcome you to my university. We can share more about education. We can make a bigger networking between your institution and my institutions, that the benefits we can share together also. Okay, so we're going through to special education itself first, because I think that when I go through to the list of presentations, I didn't found that any of the presenters will present about special education. So in Malaysia, special education, I will share to you, special education, we teach the special needs students, which is they has disabilities. So we give the education service for that kinds of students. So in Malaysia, we have three main categories in special education. First category, we have learning difficulties. Second category, we have hearing impairment, and the third categories we have a visual impairment. So these three categories we are practicing. We have offered a special education service to the disability students, or we call as special needs students. So what is supposed to be in this research? I will focusing on what is the best practice to the leader for the special education organizations, including schools, universities, and also um, education organization, other education organizations. So um, we can have we can look at what is the best practice that we can share, that we can practice for special education in Malaysia. So this is some ideas. Of course, we have learning, we have teaching, so we have interventions. Also, we have therapies in special educations to our students. But including all of these elements, the biggest effectiveness to the special educations is the leaderships. So if we want to get the best if we want to get the best special education organization, so we have to focusing on the leaderships. So with the leaderships, we can provide the best education service for the special needs students. So from that explanation, I hope that you can have the basic review, have the basic view of special education. So before we go through to the my research, so this is introduction from my research. Okay, an organization is filled with citizens who came from various backgrounds as well as their respective abilities. So as we discussed before, we discussed at the earlier presentations, we state that the organization have a very various communities, and all of them has a very respective abilities. So some of the community is a disabilities community. So each citizen or each members of the organizations also have their own strengths and also the weakness. All of these things make the organization strong and always in the face of various challenge. In the context of education, the primary organization is a school that we have staff and also teachers, administrators, and even the students. So if we want to get the best organization for special education, so we have to handle all of these members, which is staff, teachers, administration, and also the students. Every member of the school has a role and function. If more detail is given on special education, its management becomes more complicated and challenging, because the because of sorry, wait, because the special needs students has various various disabilities. Okay, the leadership exemplified in special educations can be translated into the effectiveness with success of special educations itself and the jobs that special teachers involved. So if we want to, like I said, if we want to practicing the best leadership, so we have to conclude all the elements. So even though the job satisfaction of teachers also involved in the element of leaderships. Nevertheless, in managing such unique special education, leadership has a heavy responsibility in meeting all the needs. From that point of view, good leadership is born or referred to as jewel, is the tone of the good one, the good element in leadership, and also less popular or known here as a glass. So glass means not recommended elements to the leadership for special educations. Both of these situations can occur if the leadership practice implement the ineffective as well as ineffective, inefficient. So the problem statements here, we have a study from a various scholar here. The first study came from the Hussein et al. 2017, and they examined that the relationship between the leadership style and also the teacher's job satisfaction. So if these two element, we have if we have problem with some of these elements, so it will affect the special education itself and also the students in special needs. So what that Houston has had all 2017 was done is they are randomly selected consisting of 100 men and women teachers, secondary school teachers. So they provide the questionnaires, and from that they find that the study indicate that most school leader decide and make um, the decision for themselves. They are not discussing with the other staff and also the academic staff that they have in school. So when this leadership practice, so they show that the leadership or the climate of the organization of special education there it has some problems because it practicing the democratic leaderships. So the study shows that the leadership style of the leader is affected that the satisfaction of teachers in carrying out their duties at special educations. Then another study is carried by Huang et al. 2013 explore the relationship between teachers' job satisfactions with principal leadership style and decision-making style by principals. Based on a randomly selected sample among primary and secondary and upper school teachers, data were collected by answering questions sent by mail. So the finding of the studies found that decision-making style plays an important role as a mediating factor between the leadership style and also the job satisfaction, and definitely it will affect the climate or the environment of the special education organizations there. So from that, this study will explore the views of special education teachers regarding leaderships that they like and also they do not like. So these studies, we want to see, we want to explore what teachers like and didn't like about the leaderships in special educations. So the methodology that I'm used in this study, use the qualitative approach in obtaining research data. Was involves some plan education as question. So definitely we conduct the qualitative approach of obtaining the research data. We interview 20 special education teachers randomly. We select from in Batu Pahat, Johor, Malaysia. So after the interviews, we transcribe the interview transcript, and after that we we conduct the thematic analysis to perform the findings of the study. Okay, so the result of the study shows that teams of different special education leadership practice summarize of these statements such as leadership style, communication, instruction as the capability. So the relevant statement have formed a specific code in actual coding pace before a code of selecting in the selective coding pace. Leadership practice, which is the main finding of the study. So I have table actually to show here, but we can conclude that all of this finding preferred like and also the dislike. So we have more dislike on leadership style of autocratic style, and two-way versus one-way communications, and meeting versus briefing, and also friendly versus firmly. So the special education teachers tell us that they like the leader who practice leadership style, but they didn't like the autocratic leader. And then for the communications elements, it shows that a majority of the special education teachers like the two-way communications, but they didn't like one-way communications. And also for the instructions, the special education teachers majority like meeting style and not they dislike the briefing style, which is the leader give instruction, then they have to follow. And about the credibility, they like friendly, but they are not they didn't dislike the firmly. A total of 18 respondents issued statement related to leadership style. 17 respondents stated related to communications, and 14 respondents issued statement related to instructions. Meanwhile, for statements related to the credibility, 13 statements were recorded from respondents. All of these statements form leadership practice team for selective coding. As a discussion, it can be stated that the respondents are very impressed with some aspects of leadership in special education. They state that effective leadership can help them in carrying out tasks well. Through the analysis also, there are 4 aspects that differentiate between leadership that is preferred, what we call as jewel, and dislike, what we call as glass. Namely, leadership style. Okay, so for leadership, we have a democratic and autocratic. Communication, we have one way versus two way. Instruction, we have meeting and briefing. While credibility, we have friendly and also firmly. Okay. As for the aspect of leadership style, respond agree that democratic leadership is preferred by special education teachers because the style gives them the opportunity to work more comfortably and able to perform tasks more independently. It also says that sorry, I got some distractions. So, and we can conclude that there are jewels and dust in the elements. So, as a conclusions, the findings of this study shows that headmasters of the leader play an important role in school management in general and special education in particular. The leader, style, attitude, knowledge, experience, and also all of the elements will give the effects of organizations, environments. So I think that's all the keynote sessions. So I hope that I'm very sorry for the distraction, and I hope that my presentations can give you the clear view of special education, so you can practice in special education. Since to make the service for special education will have more effective, and we can give the best service for special educations. So then, so I hope you and later we'll meet again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and goodbye. Till we meet again.